A former Playboy model has revealed how she was coaxed into a steamy threesome by Spice Girl Mel B. Antonia Dorian told The Sun she was invited to a suite at the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, by the singer's now-estranged husband Steven Belafonte. Former Playboy model, Antonia Dorian, tell how Mel was cooing from a bedroom and encouraging her to come in. She claims Mel, 42, then seduced her after cooing out from the bedroom. "Come in and say hello." The bed covers were flung off to reveal the naked pop star, who made the first move on Antonia as Steven Ed. Antonia, 49, said last night, "Mel is absolutely gorgeous and has a fantastic body. She was definitely up for some fun and clearly really enjoyed herself. I told her how hot she looked and she told me I had a great body as I climbed into bed with her. She made the first move and certainly didn't have to be asked twice." Entering the room that Mel was sharing with her now-estranged husband Steven Belafonte, Antonia was greeted by the singer lying naked on the bed. Antonia sat down with The Sun as Mel settled her domestic violence case against Steven this week, preventing new details of drug-fueled threesome tapes emerging. Mel had alleged she was often forced into threesomes by Steven, 42. Antonia, a former adult actress who has starred in films including The Witches of Breastwick I 2, The Lusty Busty Babeek, The Bear Wench Project, Hard Bounty, and The Da Vinci Coed, met the couple in LA in 2012. She was on a night out with a group of pals when they ended up at the Four Seasons Hotel bar. It was there Steven, a film producer, started flirting with her. Antonia Dorian told The Sun she was invited to a suite at the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, by Steven Belafonte. She said, "There was a busy table next to us and this one good-looking guy kept looking over and checking me out. It was Steven Belafonte, although I had no idea who he was at the time. As we were leaving at around 1:30 a.m. I went into the last toilet. When I came out he was standing there waiting for me. He approached and said, 'Hi, my name is Steven.' He was looking me up and down with his piercing blue eyes and asked me if I would like some champagne upstairs in his suite. He told me how beautiful I was and I asked him if I could trust him. He said I could, so we went upstairs together. Steven asked if she wanted a threesome. Antonia agreed and the trio began to fool around on the bed. It was only after the pair began chatting in Steven's suite that he mentioned he was married to Melanie Brown, aka Scary Spice. An astonished Antonia, a fan of the Spice Girls, was then introduced to her in the bedroom. She recalled, "We were having a drink in the living room of the suite and Steven said to me, 'I have something that you should know. I am married.' I said I would leave but he replied, 'No, honestly, it's fine, you are going to want to meet her. She is Mel B from the Spice Girls. You know, Scary Spice.' Antonia, 49, said Mel is absolutely gorgeous and has a fantastic body. She was definitely up for some fun and clearly really enjoyed herself. Then, out of nowhere, I hear Mel's voice from the bedroom and she says, 'It's okay, come on in and say hello.'" Stuart Williams The Sun Antonia said, "I love men but am also into beautiful women and Mel is super hot. I loved the Spice Girls and could not believe what I was hearing. We walked into the bedroom and Mel was laying there in bed under the covers. Steven slid the sheet from her body and she was lying there totally naked. She looked amazing. Steven asked if she wanted a threesome. Antonia agreed and the trio began to fool around on the bed. And it was Mel who got physical with her first as Steven Ed in his underpants. Antonia said, "I was a little shy and nervous but I have done threesomes in the past and was into it. I love men but am also into beautiful women and she is super hot. We began kissing. I slipped my dress off and we were both laying there naked. It was Mel who got physical with Antonia first as Steven Ed in his underpants telling us what to do. Steven stood at the end of the bed in his underpants and he was acting like a director, telling us what to do. I don't know if he was videotaping us, I was not paying close attention but it is definitely possible he could have been. Mel was very nice and sweet. After she and Mel had messed around together, Antonia pleasured Steven. Antonia said Steven then asked to have unprotected with her, which she rejected. She added, "I knew he was married but I had no clue how many other women he and they were fooling around with and I didn't want to take any chances." Mel was very nice and sweet. According to Antonia, by that time it was about 3:30 a.m. and I told them I was going to leave. He asked me to stay but I did not want to be there any longer and I got dressed. I asked him to call me a taxi and if he could give me some money for it as I didn't have any cash. He gave me a $20 bill, £15, which was nowhere near enough to get me home, but he said it was all he had on him. I walked downstairs, got the taxi, and that was the last time I spoke to them or saw them. Mel, who married Steven in 2007, had made a string of serious claims against him amid an increasingly bitter divorce battle since filing for the split in March. She alleged that she suffered repeated physical abuse during their 10-year marriage and that their family nanny, Lorraine Gill, 26, had an abortion after Steven got her pregnant. After she and Mel had messed around together, Antonia pleasured Steven but refused his request for unprotected in-court papers. Lorraine's lawyer said the only time Gill and Belafonte had was when Brown herself invited her husband to join the couple in the bedroom. Other documents filed by Mel's lawyers claimed that Steven made her have with other women in threesomes that he filmed. She alleged he threatened to destroy her career by leaking the tapes, and sought a permanent restraining order against him. He claimed in return that she was hooked on cocaine and booze, allegations she dismissed as false. But she settled the case at an LA court on Thursday, preventing further lurid details surrounding the tapes from emerging. Mel B opens up about abusive relationship in video for Tell Me the Deal between the two. Came on the eve of a 12-week trial, which would have seen witnesses quizzed over their UAL history with Mel and Steven. The pair still have to hammer out financial details of their divorce. After the settlement, a delighted Steven said, "Today is a beautiful day. I'm just leaving court. I'm the happiest guy in the world today. It is about family. Family has been restored. I'm just glad the cloud of suspicion of domestic violence is no longer over my head." Spice Girl Mel B dances in her underwear in adorable Instagram video. "It's hard out here to be a man. But you persevere and you get there in the end. I really appreciate any love and support I've got over this time." Mel declined to comment, but her mum, Andrea Brown, hit out on social media. In a series of confusing tweets, she said it was not true that Mel had settled, and added, "This abuse will no way be settled out of court. Melanie will get justice in court. My daughter is no quitter." Mel B's estranged husband Steven Belafonte: "Someone's trying to set me up to look like a bad guy." Gemma Collins says meeting X Factor's Raxu was the highlight of her life. Westlife fans delighted as Lewis Walsh confirms band will get back together. Victoria Beckham whips up breakfast wearing her bathrobe. Here's the latest on Mel B's allegations against Steven Belafonte. Mark Wright parties with Alistairs at French Montana's birthday bash. Meet Steven Belafonte, Hollywood film producer, separating from Mel B.